Eagle, proud symbol of our country, keep on flying high up above, and together we will stand and we'll restore the land. Oh, eagle, keep on flying, eagle.
Welcome to Listen to the Eagle live in Jackson, Mississippi, in the beautiful Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation Building and the Reed's Metal Studio. Toll-free number here tonight if you want to call in. Mississippi Wildlife Federation night. Amanda Jones is here, the better half of Mississippi Wildlife Federation. Amanda, so Brad Young is listening tonight. He can't talk.
That's right. He can't talk. He just has a little sinus cold, but I think he will survive.
I bet he will survive. Anyway, you can call in toll-free, pound 444 if you're a C Spire customer, or 1-800-251-5891. Or you can email us, paul.listeneagle.com, or you can tweet us. Paul Ott at Eagle, whatever it is, with that tweet. But anyway, we are expecting calls. Last week we had the Wounded Warriors on and Honor and Remember, and maybe we're going to get some calls to find out how that big hunt, Amanda, you know, what a great program to pay back to those Wounded Warriors that they're doing down in Hot Coffee, Mississippi, Troy Davis and them. This is their 20th hunt to take about 8 or 10 or 15 wounded warriors.
I have been with he and his wife Beverly on a few hunts with Mississippi Outdoors, and they are excellent people that love our country and love our servicemen and women, so it's a great thing that they do.
Yeah, it really is, and maybe this is what I'm calling now. Who we got, Jim?
We got Greg on the line in Ocean Springs.
In Ocean Springs. Hey, Greg.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, good to have you on down on the Gulf Coast, brother.
Thank you, sir. Just had a question for you. We were trying to put together an event for like a wild game tasting at the Home of Grace. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or not. Faith-based drug and alcohol treatment center down here for men. And I wondered if you might be able to put me in touch with somebody to help me organize something like that.
Okay. Now, what kind of, are you looking for somebody to speak? Is that what you're thinking about down there?
I'm trying to find a contact to get the actual meat together, you know, to put some deer meat or some wild hog or some duck or something like that. I'm not a hunter, so I don't have contacts like that, but I thought maybe you might be able to put me in touch with somebody that might help me do something like that.
Amanda, this is down on the Gulf Coast, and I'm sure that the Mississippi Wildlife Federation has several affiliates down on the Gulf Coast. I don't know if you've ever gotten in a program like that because y'all are in for the hungry. Right. Well, what about something like this? What do you think about it?
I think what you want to do is great. I think your best route would be maybe contact some of the local churches or either and kind of get set up with them, try to find a few sponsors. But as far as Hunter's Harvest goes, you know, we would need to be you would have to be a food charity within a certain county where we have a processor. But I would think I would think your local. I mean, you're like a local person, businessman, somebody like that. Maybe churches can kind of guide you in a way to go. That's
not a bad idea with the churches, Greg, to try to do that.
Because we have a lot of churches here in the Jackson area that have wild game dinners, and it's a lot of just the men and women of the church get together and meat that they have. That's what you eat on. So that may be an option for you.
Yeah. Now, what about the Alcohol Anonymous folks down there? Have you talked with them?
I haven't. There's not a great deal of affiliation because this is a faith-based, a Christ-centered place down here. Yeah. And the Alcoholics Anonymous tends to not be so much faith-based. But I can certainly do that. I mean, that certainly gives me some direction to go in.
Yeah, I would contact some of your churches down in the area because I'm sure that a lot of them would love to get involved in that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I spoke to in Ocean Springs. I don't remember whether it's First Baptist Church, but boy, they had 500 or 600 folks there. And I bet you those pastors, and it may not be just Baptists, and may all go in with you on that.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate the direction.
Best of luck.
Thank you for calling on Super Talk 103.1 FM. I see here we got a email where scientific kids tackle wild hog population dilemma. And folks, obviously, the wild hogs are about to take over the state of Mississippi and maybe other states too. Here's a bunch of scientific kids in North Pike High School down in the Macomb area, and we on K106 tonight, that are trying to develop something. And look at the age of these kids. It is nice how young these kids are, that they get together once a week, and they're trying to figure out how to maybe fix it where the hogs can't reproduce.
Well,
with
wouldn't that
some
be
kind
something?
of scientific thing. Yeah, because if they can't reproduce, then maybe we can get rid of the hog problem.
Yeah.
If you got a hog problem and you want to talk about it, of course, tonight you can call us here. And I don't know of any place that doesn't. They finally got on our farm out in Amid County, and they're very detrimental, obviously, to. But one thing that somebody texted us and said, well, let me tell you where the most of them are is where people are putting corn out.
Yeah,
That's where the hogs are going.
right. That would attract them.
Yeah, that would affect them. And boy, I didn't think anything populated faster than rabbits, but I guess hogs do. If you get one, they say 10 more come back. So if anybody's got any answer at all to the hog problem we've got in the state of Mississippi, we welcome your calls here tonight, toll free at 1-800-251-5891 or pound 444. If you're a C-Spire customer, Inspired is toll free. We're in the Reeves Metal Studio at the Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation building in Jackson, Mississippi. Still kind of wet and damp out there, y'all. I don't guess Russell Bozeman has to call in from the Mississippi Forestry Commission. You can if you'd like to, Russell. But I understand, Amanda, that the burn ban was one county left and it's been lifted.
It was lifted Friday,
So
we
no
are free
burn bans. Okay, give us a call. We'll be right back. We'll talk about whatever you want to in the out of doors or whatever you'd like to. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
For the very first time, legendary entertainer Paul Ott brings to you the best of both worlds. His greatest hits on CD and DVD, including Oh Blue.
Many of an early morn.
I am Mississippi. I am the South.
To order, simply go to listentotheeagle.com or just write Paul Ott, Summit, Mississippi, 39666.
Welcome back to Listen to Eagle Live in Jackson, Mississippi, in the beautiful Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation building. In the Reeves Metal Studio, the toll-free number here is 1-800-251-5891. If you're a C-Spire customer inspired like we are, pound 444 is toll-free too. Let's go to Super Talk Meridian and talk to Andy. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Paul, how you doing tonight?
Oh, man, good to have you. What's going on in Lauderdale County?
Well, I'm actually traveling that way right now. Not there yet, but I'm hoping to be there shortly.
Well, that's great. What can we do for you, brother?
Well, I got a question around the hunter's harvest. I've seen a lot of the information about hunter's harvest in the news here lately about them taking the venison for donations. Got a lot of affiliations, or have had a lot of affiliations with, like, children's homes and such. My question is do they just take venison, or with the hog problem that we got, if there's people that have killed the wild hogs and have those processed, can that be donated through the hunter's harvest as well?
Well, I wish that it could. However, we are regulated through the Mississippi Food Network, so we cannot take the wild hog.
Okay, all right. Well, just wanted to find out because I know.
But I do know that there are plenty of food charities around that will take it. We just can't do it through our program.
Do you have a processor in the East Mississippi area over there?
We need one.
Well, tell Andy what you're doing with the Mississippi Wildlife Federation.
So Hunter's Harvest, you said you've seen some about it, but let me tell you a little more. It starts with the hunter, obviously, because we need the deer meat. And we hook up with one of our local processors in a county and a food charity from that county. And when a hunter goes to drop his meat off at a processor that is part of Hunter's Harvest, we pay this processor to process the meat. We give him the bags, the freezer, sign, anything he needs. And then a food charity comes and picks up that meat. So the processor's not out anything. Food charities in that county get the meat. So it's a great program for everyone to be involved in. But we do need some in East Mississippi. So if you know local processors there, tell them to give us a call.
Who you been working with, Andy, over there?
I'm sorry?
Who you been working with over there as far as hunter harvest? Anybody over in that area?
No, I actually haven't been working with anybody, but I heard about it last year towards the end of the season, and I've heard a lot about it in the news here lately. But I was just trying to find out. I do know a couple of processors over here that I have used personally, but I don't know of any of them, and would be glad to talk to them about the Hunter's Harvest program.
Yeah, well, we'll do, and just tell them they can call the Mississippi Wildlife Federation, and I'd love to talk to them a little bit more about
Tell Andy how to get in touch with you, man.
So just call 601-605-1790, and that's the Mississippi Wildlife Federation, and we'd love to talk to you about Hunter's Harvest. Yeah, and you can visit our website. That's mswildlife.org, and you can click on the Hunter's Harvest link and read more about it.
Sounds great. I appreciate y'all's time.
Hey, thanks for calling, Andy. The toll-free number here, if you want to call about a Hunter Harvest or whatever it is, 1-800-251-5891. All the time we thought Brad was lighting the phones up, and it's you and me. I mean,
I know.
Where you going, Jeff?
We got Troy Davis on the line.
Who?
Troy Davis with the Hot Coffee Hunts for Heroes.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you all?
Good.
Good. Where are you located, brother?
I'm downtown, Hot Coffee.
Oh, yeah, you right in the middle. Any skyscrapers down there?
3.
Well, Troy, give us a report, and I understand y'all got the deer with the Hunter Harvest too.
We do.
We talked about that.
Well, I don't know if it's officially with a Hunter Harvest, but that's what we do with it.
Well, did you have any deer? Did you harvest any deer to give to the Hunter's Harvest?
Yeah, we actually, actually got 177 pounds of meat going to be processed, and it will be, donated to a soup kitchen down on the coast. But actually, we had 1,300 hunters this time and had one female want to work, which is a first for us, which it worked out really good. They actually harvested 3 bucks and 7 does, so we had a pretty good weekend.
Well, great, Troy. How was the program? Did everybody enjoy? How did the Power of 12 come up and cook your fish for you?
They did, and they always do a sure enough job. I've had 2 or 3 people today that told me, said, look, they'd been down here before, but they said that was the best fish that they had ever cooked. And I said, well, that's, they never do a bad job. It's always good.
Must have been Jordan. Hold over to the break for me. I want to ask you a few more questions, okay?
Sure.
1-800-251-5891. We'll be right back with the Mississippi Wildlife Federation and Hot Coffee Mississippi and Wounded Warriors. Stay with us. Don't go away.
Hello, my name's Michael Gandy, and I've been privileged to know a fellow by the name of Paul Ott, Holland, Peru, since 1958. He has quite a story to tell, and it's available now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble as an ebook. Listen to The Eagle, The Lives of Paul Ott. All funds will benefit Talking Book Services of Mississippi, your blind friends and neighbors. The audiobook version is coming in June.
Welcome back to Listen to Eagle live in Jackson, Mississippi at the beautiful Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation building in the Reeves Metal Studio. Toll-free numbers 1-800-251-5891, pound 444 if you're a C-Spire customer inspired. And boy, what a wonderful program Amanda and I have been talking about. The Wounded Warriors program that goes on twice a year down at Hot Coffee, Mississippi. And Troy, we've got Dave Flowers on, who was there. Hey, Dave, say hi to the state of Mississippi, and so glad you called in. Where are you located, Dave?
I'm in Diamond Head, Mississippi right now.
All right, that's a good place. Well, say hi to Troy Davis. Y'all had fun this past weekend, huh?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Troy? Good to talk to you.
How did it go, Dave, for you?
Oh, it went amazing. We they put us on the deer right away. I actually killed the biggest buck of my life this past weekend. So got a nice 11 point, and he weighed about 175 pounds. So a pretty solid deer.
Oh man, that's great. Troy, did you know that was going to happen to Dave? Is that where you put him in the right place?
We had him tied. We had that deer tied out. For
There you go.
Hey, you know better than that. Oh, dude, it's just luck of the draw,
Yeah.
Well, Dave, we thank you for your service.
Well, I thank you very much.
Is this your first time to go, Dave, or more than one?
No, sir. This is my first time heading up to Hot Coffee with those fine folks there. But I can tell you that was probably one of the better experiences of my life. So if anybody needs a blueprint on how to host wounded guys, they definitely have it down.
Well, that's what I understand. I entertained there. It's been several years ago. I hope to get there next year. And we do appreciate your service. What war were you in, Dave?
I was deployed to both Iraq and Afghanistan.
I got you. Boy, I tell you, that's a tough thing. Well, we really appreciate it, and I hope you can make it back. Troy sounds like a good one to bring if he can get a deer that quick.
Look, he's a good one now. He's what they say, he's a keeper.
Yeah.
We hope to bring him back during turkey season next spring.
Now that's quite a challenge. If he gets a turkey the first day, I'm gonna be worried about Dave.
Hey, we'll let him go home, but we take his seals away.
Yeah. Well, Dave, again, we thank you for your service. Thank you so much for calling in and plugging the Wounded Warriors and what they do in Hot Coffee, Mississippi. And I hope you can make it back for turkey season.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Appreciate you calling. Well, Troy, let's go back to you and let's talk about some of the other hunters. Were most of them Mississippians, Troy?
All of them, I think, but one.
Yeah.
From Mississippi. There was one actually lives at Brookhaven now, but he's from Baton Rouge originally. And he's been over here for quite some time now. But I think all of them, but one was from Mississippi.
Yeah. So y'all got how many deer, Troy?
We got 3 bucks and 7 doe. We got 10 deer.
Wow.
And I mean, it was a sure enough good time, good hunt.
Well, I tell you what, Troy, it's a wonderful program, and you and Beverly and all the folks that put that on, it's just a real blessing. And you know, Amanda, I like what Troy and Beverly said when they were on last week. They don't want to expand it too much because they want to keep it personal, and it's not about the hunt. Is that right? Say that again, Troy.
That's
it's not about the hunt.
Well, we do hunt, but it's not about the hunting. It's about making friends and having somebody you can call in the darkest of times, and that's what some of these guys. And I mean, it's just I don't know how you stop doing something like this. You just keep on keeping on. But
that's right.
It's just a real good program. This 13 that we had was the most we've ever had, and you know, everything worked that good. But it did stretch us a little bit. But you know, if you want to make it work, we can make it work with 20. But that would be stretching it. But we'd rather have it small and personal. And I don't know. It's just you make better friends, seem like.
We got 30 seconds, Troy. Would you like to make a statement to the state of Mississippi for those Mississippians that would like to do this right quick?
We'd love to have them. Just look up Hot Coffee Hunts for Heroes and get in touch with us.
Well,
and I would encourage other folks in the state to do something, and it doesn't have to be hunting, do something similar to what we do. Yeah. Well, it'll help you. It'll help anybody to do it.
Love y'all. Thank you so much for what you do, Troy. And you know this show's wide open to promote it anytime you want to, brother.
Sure.
Hope to see you in the spring. Thank you.
Good
Troy Davis, Hot Coffee, Mississippi Wounded Warriors. We'll be right back. 1-800-251-5891. Amanda's here from Mississippi Wildlife Federation. Whatever you want to talk about, stay with us. Don't go away.
For the very first time, legendary entertainer Paul Ott brings to you the best of both worlds. His greatest hits on CD and DVD, including Oh Blue.
I am Mississippi. I am the South.
To order, simply go to listentotheeagle.com or just write Paul Ott, Summit, Mississippi, 39666.
Views or opinions of this show are not necessarily those of the sponsors, affiliate stations, or the Listen to the Eagle Network. Welcome back to Listen to the Eagle right here in Jackson, Mississippi. Beautiful Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation building, y'all. In the Reed's Metal Studio, we have Miss Amanda Jones, Development Coordinator for the Mississippi Wildlife Federation. And I'm going to let her be talking about more things that's coming up with the Mississippi Wildlife Federation. Amanda, the squirrel hunt sounds like a great program for use. How do y'all pick these kids? Just the ones that register?
So is when you register, we'll base it on age. So if you're 10 or 15, then you're definitely going to be in the hat. And then from there, they go on experience. So we really try to get those kids that have never been or maybe have hunted one time. And so that's the kid we want to go after is the one that we can teach and show this is why we hunt, and here's a little bit of information about hunting, and then we actually take them out to the woods and let them hunt. So it's just a day full of information and knowledge and fun. You have hunter safety before you go? We do.
Is that Game and Fish?
The Game and Fish will do that, and then we'll have conservation officers will come out and let them target shoot, so they'll get used to a gun, and they also provide the guns for the day, but it's just a great program for kids to get a chance.
Now, how many days does this last? And is it all over the state in sections? How do you do that?
It is. We have 7 locations throughout the state. So when you go to register, you'll click which area you want. Choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. And then and just show up that day. And it's just about a 5-6 hour period throughout a Saturday.
It's a 1 day deal?
1 day deal.
That's it?
That's it.
Once a year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, is the squirrel the only thing y'all do? Y'all do a fishing thing too, don't you?
We do not.
don't?
Well, we do catfishing kids. Excuse me. We do catfishing kids. That's held out at Turcotte. That'll be later on in the summer. But the squirrel hunt's a lot of fun.
I think you ought to have a hog hunt.
We could definitely.
Well, you
use
know,
one.
that is interesting. I don't know who it was that called in from around the state. As many hogs as we got, and people going hungry. Look like that would be something to do. I see where Louisiana is using helicopters to try to shoot the hogs. I don't know where those hogs came from. I really don't know. I never did fit. Nobody will ever admit who brought the kudzu or the hogs in to the state of Mississippi.
Well, I wouldn't admit if I brought kudzu in either. So.
Well, it started Yazoo. Oh, in Yazoo, the kudzu started in Yazoo, what Jerry Clower used to talk about. And remember, go to listentotheeagle.com and see the television stations that we own across the state, ABC, Fox, CBS, NBC. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate you being here. I just think I'm going to hire you as a co-host.
Well, I'll do
every
it.
Monday night. For those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That's in Isaiah, y'all, 40:31. And it's the truth. The eagle is mentioned 32 times in the Bible. And the good Lord says that's the wildlife we should be like, is the eagle. And I'm sure Benjamin Franklin, glad he didn't get to turkey, or this show would have been called Listen to the Turkey. But the turkey's pretty smart. We'll see you next week on this station. Love y'all.
Pretty boxes wrapped in ribbons, trees covered in lights, Santa and his reindeer flying through the night, children counting the days, they can't wait till it's here. But there's more about Christmas that children should hear. Christmas, Christmas, a story that never grows old. Christmas, Christmas, about a babe in a manger, our Lord and our Savior, everyone on this earth needs to know. Christmas, Christmas, it's more than those toys children hold. Children laughing, people passing out gifts, young and old. But the greatest gift of Christmas God gave us long ago. The shepherds and the wise men followed the light that led to a manger that held Jesus Christ. Christmas, Christmas, a story that never grows old. Christmas, Christmas, about a babe in a manger, our Lord and our Savior, everyone on this earth needs to know. Christmas, Christmas, a story that never grows old. story that never grows